the ocean. And it was in a watercolor class I took there. The instructor was really in pain. And I designed, again, I've mentioned before, this logo. This is the original painting. And then, of course, I modified it and made a whole bunch of different computer variants, which I like. I hope you do. This is my most esoteric comic strip. It says right here, there is no religion higher than truth. Many paths, one God. Here's a star. A star is a good thing when it's in an upward direction like that. I don't know why law enforcement has upside down stars. It bothers me. Then these are other cool symbols here that I like. I'm not afraid of the pyramid. I think it's a good thing. I don't really believe in the Illuminati and all that stuff, but if it's real, it's real. You know what? And then I have this spiral. This spiral is very significant in esoteric literature. And here we have spirit is truth. That's a mantra I made up, because I know that what man says is rarely the truth, but if you feel spirit, that is truth. There's 5 paths: magic, knowledge, warrior, and monk. Which path are you on? Here it says, all life, all creation, all the unreal seems so real. Surrender God's will into form, not man's separative will. You guys on a roller coaster. The character there. And then here, I was looking at a Wally Wood lesson to other comic artists. Anyway, it says right here, the truth will set you free. So this panel comes out of looking at a lesson from Wally Wood. See, this guy is like almost invisible right here. Hidden right here. There's a bunch of interesting things happening here. So I was just having fun. There's a little Doctor Strangeistic type character type table there. And I always enjoyed, you know, like from Star Trek, the Energizer, which of course they've done in scientific labs. We're obliterating time, people. The internet is changing the universe. Or at least we're awakening to what there is, more so. The rest of this has vanished. I'm just throwing the art on the ground. Another Mr. Dow variant. Sorry about that theme, but I really was into Alan Watts and the Dow. And, oh, that was a quick 8 minutes or so. And one of my drawings I have in the other room, I'm going to show you. The next one is this. I gave the guy a new face, and that's the background. And this is just a painting I did. This is a tree. I painted it in Big Sur. And then I added all this fantasy BS around it. And this is my favorite Mr. Dow of all time. I consider that finished now. And then other people's work. This is by Steve Fabian, a fantasy artist who rivals Hannes Bach and Virgil Finlay. Visit my website at graphicillusion.com, another John Lennon variant. And that's it for today. You have a great one. Oh, what the heck. Maybe I can find something else. I drew this yesterday for no reason. And these are like, I consider these like my lousy drawings. And but I have good drawings too. And whenever I have one that I think is good, I'll tell you. This one, I give it a not a high score. There's Yogananda. It's a drawing I did of Yogananda, Paramahansa Yogananda Ji. Paramahansa Yogananda from Self-Realization Fellowship. And a bunch of weird faces again, because I can draw bodies if I've got like 3 hours. I could capture a female form, for instance, perfectly. Same thing with faces. If I look at, you know, like a living human being, I can do it, or a photograph. Here's a quote by John Lilly. This tape will be cut in 2. And it says, in the past, before 1965, I felt that the scientific viewpoints of total objectivity of the non-involved scientific observer was the be-all and end-all for one's life. I am no longer convinced that such a dispassionate, non-involved view of ecology will ever work. A scientist who fails to assume social responsibility, the feedback from all other members of his species, is not taking the responsibility of being human beyond a limited self-serving role in society. Involvement and participation are absolutely essential for understanding, for survival of self and one's own species. This is like a more orderly book of drawings that I've done with lots of quotes. Here's one by a guy named quote by Bill Harvey. Mistakes are the impetus which actualize your free will, just as a spring gains its momentum by being crushed. Isn't that interesting? And here we got John Lilly again. So that the cetacea, dolphins and whales, can no longer become the property of individuals, corporations, or governments, even as the respect for human individuals is growing in our law, so much respect for individual whales, dolphins, and porpoises. John Lilly created interspecies communication with man and dolphin.